I'm gonna put you on the spot right now, okay?
What's going on?
It's about, let's say 9:20ish. How receptive do you think this audience is going to be if I showed them some behind the scenes of everyday struggle? Today's a rehearsal day.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I know we got some things in store. It's not gonna be the same everyday struggle, but from what I've been hearing, it's gonna be lit.
Okay.
It's gonna be lit. So we shall see. I don't know. It might be 50-50.
Lyric, back for a new season?
Yes, we are. You wanna see?
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Everyday Struggle Studio.
So this is, I'm gonna shoot a rehearsal today. This
Give
is
us
our
the
main man,
date.
Craig.
Today is January.
Today is January, what is today? The 19th, Friday. January 19th, Friday. A couple rehearsals today. And we're gonna make sure that our framing is tight and perfect. We have some new chairs.
It's a lot bigger and cleaner.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like on the opposite side. This is where
Is
the
this
assets
real time
go.
right here? It's 9:35 right now?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. It's real time.
9:35. This is where the assets get pulled up.
Oh, okay.
And the cool thing is that they'll have earpieces in, so the assets will play in their ear.
Okay.
As well as me, I'll be talking to them if I have to talk to them.
But you won't be in this room. You'll be.
I'm in the control room.
Let's see that.
Yeah, I work with here. Just watch this step. I'm gonna pan up. Get a nice little label.
There it is.
So this is where the brains. We have the audio guy, Dre, right here.
Hello.
He sits in that little booth over there.
It's my room over there.
Okay.
This is Greg.
Yo,
that's
what's up?
Ben. This is AJ. He also helps. This little robot right here, when we have to go ahead and when people move around, we move this around and the camera moves. And then I sit back here. We all work together to direct and make the most amazing things happen.
Safe to say this is mission control.
This is mission control.
For all those asking, how do you actually rehearse for a show?
Chubb says we're starting with 50, but
We rehearse for a show by
thank you.
putting everybody together, giving them somewhat of a,
Topics.
topics. We call that a rundown or run of show. They
But
get
we
to
never
talking.
really recycle.
We don't
Because
really.
it's news.
It's news, right? So news is every day. Some days you have slow news days, but for the most part, it's all fresh stuff. It's all about the chemistry.
And team
It's all
building.
about It's all about how to build that. I mean, obviously, chemistry is something that happens naturally over time, but they seem to have a really good one. You do have one older person right now. You have one younger person.
They're not right next door to a record label that they can just kind of get popping in their local neighborhood and run to a record label for a contract. Yeah, they got to get in the strip club. So I'll give you that.
Show some fucking respect to JD.
All right, today is Monday. They just finished the first episode of Everyday Struggle. I just saw Star leave. I'm gonna try to get Akademiks.
I do want to address, and I think that there's a short address. I could tell you what you will see. We did, of course, first of all, at least I wouldn't just jump into a show trying to go forward, at least for the immediate future, right? And ignore the contributions of Joe. I see all the comments. Again, the story of how Joe was on Everyday Struggle is great, because I know a lot of you guys who are my audience, a lot of you guys hate him at first, you know what I mean? But it became the person you loved. And luckily we were afforded that opportunity by you guys, because I want you guys to think back, if it was month 1, or let's say week 1 or week 2, after we had those episodes, and you guys had to base your whole opinion, and you had to say either fuck this or we're gonna rock, you guys would say no. And y'all know, most of y'all were giving me advice on what I should be doing then and whatever, but we stuck the course, and we made history. And again, Joe, that's my brother no matter what. But like this, the content I put out, like on YouTube, like I clown and I joke on a lot of people. Like I keep it humorous.
Right.
like, it would be so hypocritical and disingenuous for me to think that, oh no, they're gonna come to me with just like bowing down, like, oh my God, we're not gonna. No, they clown me too, and I learned to accept that. So, believe me, they're mostly good people.
I have a question for you.
Ooh, I'm getting interviewed?
Yeah, I want to know, do you feel like you've changed your interviewing ways or the way that you satire certain things and comment on things since Everyday Struggle has began and continued? Do you feel like you are more sensitive to certain things now?
You know, that's a great question. And I've acknowledged there's a lot of changes that's happened with me. And I know even my audience is pointing out sometimes, I've changed somewhat. I'll tell you what has changed. Perspective has changed. I will tell you this, and I was going to use a big word. I don't know if I was going to use it right. Well, I don't know if I'm using it right. I mean, the desk is not here to dictionary me. I was going to be like unequivocally. I don't even know if it applies here. But I mean, honestly, since being on this particular side where you interact, you know certain things, and you have more information than just a fan who is consuming what the media is putting out or what somebody's tweeting, what they're saying on their live or something. You get a little bit more insight. The insight has adjusted my perspective. You get me? Whereas a particular artist would react or say whatever about whatever situation, and 2 years ago, I would be like, you know what? This guy's an idiot. I'm shooting straight at him. Now, realizing because of all the other information I know, why they're probably saying that, it gives me the added perspective of saying, you know what? I might still criticize them, but I'll give a counter to it. The thing about my platform that's why, like, when we bring up a lot of artists here, it's like it always turns to probably like a situation because it's their first time speaking with me, but I've spoken on them multiple times. So for them, it's always like, hey, you've never really fielded our perspective. And at a point in my career, it was like, well, honestly, I know you won't respond to me even if I ask or try to reach out. So fuck it. I'm going to just like give my opinion, and thinking about what your opinion or like what your side could be, nigga, I would never get a chance to talk to you. These days, I get a chance to talk to you. So even if I do have an opinion, so I still stick with my opinion, but my opinion isn't the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like,
you're willing to, like, you have an open mind.
Yeah, yo, 2 years ago, I was slapping everybody with my dick when I was doing commentary. You were like, you this, you that. I was making hella judgments. Quick example would be this. I remember kind of just going in on Waka. I went in on Waka when Waka started complaining about his label. Waka was complaining about his label on Twitter, and I said, Waka, you fucked up, nigga. I said, you know why you fucked up? Because you went EDM and you dipped on rap because you probably sold the bigger bag there. EDM was starting to be a big thing, and they started loving people like you, Lil Jon. You went there, and then you abandoned your real fan base, and then when you wanted to come back, niggas said they're done with you. That's not our fault, that's your fault. You left. When Waka came and talked to us, what Waka said? He said the label. Right. He said, yo, I wasn't getting paid. He said I didn't get paid $1 from no hands. And he said I wasn't getting paid for music.
And traveling and touring.
Exactly. So he wasn't getting paid, and he had to make a personal and life decision to get his situations right. Now, if I'm armed with that information, could I really just say, Waka, you fucked up? No, I can't. You know what I mean? So it's about growth in terms of that. So, yeah, there is some growth. I hope my audience kind of realizes it, because I know they love when I just sit back and just like fucking go at somebody. Yo, they love it. Like, yo, a whole 6-minute video of you just ripping into this guy is cool. But now when you know more information, you could counterbalance yourself. You see, these days we have conversations where people talk back to you. When I was doing my videos, it's you only talk to the audience. Right. So it's of course growth.
How'd the first show go?
How the first show went? The first show went great. I'll say this: different dynamic.
Okay.
Different dynamic. I think a lot of people are used to. Well, first of all, one dynamic that will stay, because this is everyday struggle in a nutshell. Personalities clashing, taste clashing. People who think of things differently or even word it differently, they're clashing. That is a staple of everyday struggle. It has to remain. It's a debate show. This is not a morning show where two hosts are dick riding the main guy or the main girl or the, you know what I mean? We see that constantly, right? Like if it's Elvis Duran, if it's other particular morning shows, you know who the guy is. It's like we're here to counter. We don't care who you fuck with more. It's about the conversation. Again, I have a dynamic where I've always just said what I say. If you fuck with me and you just want to hear me, you go to my channel. But if you want to hear me challenge, you gonna come to the debate show. That's just what it is. You should always study what you want to be. You should study people who are doing what you want to do. And I did that before I got close to being in the position I am now. So I was watching him way before he knew about me.
Oh wait, you used to do radio, right?
Yeah, but on a very minuscule level. I did
okay.
college radio. I did college radio, then I went straight to the internet. Like the guys who are watching, they were doing big time terrestrial radio, commercial FM radio with millions of dollars behind them. You get me? They're on a different, and also they were in the biggest markets. I wasn't listening to a guy in like South Dakota. I was listening to the people in New York fucking city, or maybe LA. You get me? But these are huge markets. And if we're thinking about basketball, it's like, yo, we're not fucking with the D leagues. We're not fucking with college. We're not fucking with high school. We're fucking with the people who are literally competing for championships. So those are people who I studied. So I always said that, like, and I always say to my audience, y'all are watching me, y'all are watching me grow, because I'm like the first NBA player who didn't go to college. I didn't have to, like, if you ask any radio personality, most of them had to go do a small market, grind that for a little bit, go to another one, grind that for a little bit, maybe another one, or then you get to that premier market. I literally was on YouTube just still doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do, and I came from there, everyday struggle, you know what I mean? And then my YouTube or my YouTube before, but it was the biggest thing. So I didn't get the time to do the grind. So it's like, imagine LeBron, yeah, you think he has a lot of prospect, but he comes into the NBA, you realize, well, his free throw sucks. Well, you know what I mean? He's not that nice with the dribbling and all that. Oh shit. I'm not looking for him. Yeah, yo. Actually, save the vlog for when he come up. Y'all know who it is. The ugliest nigga on earth.
Close out this vlog real quick so that we can make another one.
Hey, yo, listen, man. I don't give Tony that much content, but
well, I appreciate you.
Today is the day I'm gonna give my man that content, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, listen, boss has been moving him closer and closer to the door. Okay. He sit right next to the fucking elevator. They're trying to fire him. But I came through, you know what I mean? But I ain't come through with just me, even though I'm enough to save his job. I actually brought a special guest, but y'all gotta wait till next vlog for that shit. This shit gonna be a little bit special, alright? But Tony, I just saved his job, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Deuces.